Welcome to the Yes Prep Virtual College Fair. My name is Krista and I will be your facilitator tonight. Just a few housekeeping items before we get started. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, if you have any questions, please feel free to use the Q&A button to type any answers at any time. I encourage you to sign up for more sessions and check the schedule on the website to see what institutions are having sessions today. A recording of this will be available at strivescan.com/yesprep. And now our first institution, University of St. Thomas, Houston.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for having us today. So I'm Nikki Grimm. I'm from the University of St. Thomas here in Houston. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how to become a CALP at UST. So some of our core values at UST are goodness, discipline, knowledge, and community. So we're going to live those out throughout your 4 years at UST. Goodness, just sharing our gifts with others. So faculty, staff, and students will all be sharing their knowledge and expertise with others for the good of the university. Discipline, making sure that we're working hard. Knowledge, of course, is one of the most important, being a institution of learning. The pursuit of knowledge is obviously very important. And then making sure that we're doing all of that in service of our community. Community is very important at UST. We are also a Catholic liberal arts university. So that means that our curriculum is based in faith and reason. That is what we call the two sources of knowledge. It's actually, our campus is built out to reflect that as well. So on our academic mall, on one side, we have the chapel representing faith. And then on the other side, we have the library representing reason. And with the liberal arts curriculum, that is built to make sure that there's integration across learning disciplines. So your classes in business are going to be connected to your classes in philosophy. So you're going to be learning about ethics. So that's what our liberal arts education means. We also believe in the integration of academic learning and experiential learning. So getting you outside of the classroom as much as possible so that you get experience in whichever field that you are interested. So for instance, if you're interested in engineering, we're going to place you in either research or internship opportunities. So by the time you graduate, you have that on your resume. We have been making some very bold decisions to make sure that our students' futures are going to be very bright. So for instance, making the decisions to so for adding new majors, for instance, we've added 4 new engineering majors because we just keep hearing from students who are in our other engineering major, they want those classes. So we're being bold and adding those classes. The way that we structure our tuition has been bold as well. So we have a tuition rate for students who are all full-time. So you can take as many classes as you want as a full-time student and still pay the same tuition rate. We're also pretty diverse. Even though we're a Catholic university, we have students from all different faiths and backgrounds. You don't have to be Catholic to attend our university. However, we will be taking some theology classes. So students who are Catholic will be able to strengthen their faith. And then those who are not Catholic, they can learn about a different faith than their own. And also we're very personal. We're a small school. We like to keep it that way. Our average class size is about 17 students. We want to make sure that you get to know your professors and your professors get to know you and you get to know your classmates as well. If a professor notices that you're maybe struggling in a specific area, they're going to approach you and talk about ways to strengthen that in your education. So outside of academic life, we're very proud to have a very vibrant campus life as well. We have over 200 events every year and over 100 clubs or organizations. We very much value service to our community, as I mentioned earlier. So there's a lot of opportunity to get involved and become a leader on campus. So we are in the Montrose area, which is a really fun neighborhood. There's a lot of museums, a lot of really great restaurants, but it's also a neighborhood in transition and in need. So we're going to make sure that we're serving that community. We have a campus garden, on a community garden on campus that helps serve refugees in town. That's just one of the ways that we get involved and serve our community. There are organizations on campus basically for every interest that you may have. So there's going to be academic organizations. So for instance, the accounting club, there are social justice organizations. There are honors organizations, and then there's just social organizations as well. So if you just like to get together and meet people, there are a lot of organizations that will help you do that. So as far as academics, these are our areas of study that are most popular. Pre-med is by far our best program. We have a really wonderful success rate of getting our students into medical school. So our overall success rate is about 62% of getting students into medical school. Of the students who get an interview for medical school, 95% of them are accepted. So it's a really great program. And you also have an HPAC advisor, that's a Health Professions Advisory Committee. They're going to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to be a competitive applicant to medical school. If you're interested in teaching, we have a really wonderful program for education, and there's a lot of different specialties. So whether you want to be an early childhood education or a bilingual educator, those are options available, and then we'll help place you in student teaching so that you can get experience in that as well. Within 6 months of graduating, 95% of our education majors have a placement, a job placement. So we're really very proud of that. Our Cameron School of Business has AACSB accreditation. So it's the highest accreditation you can get for a business school. So we're very proud of that. You're going to be challenged, but you're also going to get a very good education as well. We have a lot of other areas of study that are growing very quickly. So for instance, our engineering major is growing very, very quickly. I mentioned earlier, we have added 4 new disciplines. So we have engineering physics, chemical engineering, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. We're really excited for those areas. So as I mentioned, community is really important on our campus.
Nikki, thank you so much. We do have to wrap up your session. Sorry, thank you so much, Nikki. So next up, we do have Xavier, University of Louisiana.
Good morning, everyone. I am Troy Benjamin from Xavier University of New Orleans.
What really brought me to Xavier was its foundation and their mission statement. They're very supportive, and the people here are amazing, and they want you to succeed academically and professionally.
Xavier is a school of excellence. Xavier builds leaders. And not only that, Xavier builds well-rounded leaders.
Everyone here is trying to be the best that they can, and that's why they came to Xavier.
It's not too big, it's not too small. I don't need a bus to get to the other side of campus, which I knew I wasn't gonna work well with.
This school is great because it's placed in New Orleans, which is a huge melting pot in itself. And you know, Xavier really prides himself on community and community service, so we're often going out into the community. So we see people of all races, we see people of all social classes.
The one thing that really brought me to this university was the family atmosphere.
We're a family here, we're a community. You find your closest friends, and most importantly, Xavier helps you find yourself.
So it would be an opportunity not only for you to get a great academic ground in a school that's actually quite rigorous and quite prestigious, and then still have fun in the city of New Orleans.
All right, so about Xavier University, we were founded in 1925 by St. Catherine Drexel and the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament. St. Catherine Drexel just really wanted a place for African Americans and Native Americans to have a place that they could, get an education in the time that they weren't able to. Next, Dr. Norman C. Francis served as our president for 47 years. He is the longest sitting president in American history, who was born and raised in Louisiana, and really, saw that there was a low number of African Americans in the medical field and really wanted to make a change in that to make sure that, those students were able to get that education and become in the medical field. And our current president is Dr. Renaud Verrett. He is the sixth and current. Most universities are on like 50th and 60th presidents, but due to Dr. Norman C. Francis being in his position for so long, Xavier is only on the sixth one. And Dr. Verrett also wants to continue with the people before him to make sure that Xavier is seen as a globally diverse and excellent educational university. So some numbers about us: we are a 14-to-1 ratio, student-faculty ratio, meaning that you're going to have those close-knit classes. Your professors are going to be able to give you contact information, whether that be personal or professional, so that you are able to get in contact with them and they're able to get in contact with you to make sure that you are doing the best. We have about a 3,600 student enrollment. Of that enrollment, we're about close to an even split of about 55.7% of students who are out of state and out of country. We have over 50 programs to study from, and we'll get into those soon. And we are a historically Black university, but any nationality, ethnicity, race can come to this university. And so we only make up about a 73% African-American percentage. The rest is going to be a wide variety of nationalities. And yes, this is a Catholic institution, but you do not have to be Catholic to attend. Ironically, we only have about a 16% Catholic population. So we do have Mass every day as well as on Sundays, but if you are not Catholic, there are places for you to be able to continue your faith here on the campus. So some numbers about us: we are number one in the nation for universities who graduate African Americans and get them through medical school. We're also number 3 HBCU in the nation, as well as the number 3 Catholic university. Additionally, we are number one in the nation of having bachelor's degrees in biological, biomedical science, physical science, and physics. And we are in the top 4 of universities to produce African Americans with doctorates in pharmacies, as well as being able to make sure that students get jobs when they're finished being at Xavier. So these are our 50 plus academic studies. Everybody falls into the College of Arts and Science, but we have 6 different breakdowns going from business, biological and applied sciences, education and counseling, fine arts and humanities, math and physical science, and social and behavioral sciences. If you want to talk more about these breakdowns more, we can do that separately. We do have a really cool thing called the dual degree program, which means you will do 3 years here at Xavier for your engineering and then do 2 years at a partnering university. By the time you finish those 5 years, you'll end up with 2 bachelor's degrees, one from Xavier University, one from that partnering university. We do have programs to go on through graduate school and pharmacy and the doctorate and such. I will say that we do not have the professional program degrees, but we do have these pre-professional tracks that you can just throw onto any major and make sure that you have all the qualifications in order to get into your next step. So we do have housing on the campus. I will say housing is not guaranteed, but freshmen do get priority. So make sure that you are filling out that housing application as soon as you can. If Xavier is an interest of you, we have 4 housing options. So the cost to attend Xavier, tuition is going to be the same across the board. So about a little over $23,000 because we are a private institution. That's one rate, whether you're a Louisiana state or out of country. Room and board, if you are going to be living on campus, is about $1,300, and the other fees to come is a little over $1,300, rounding you about a little over $37,000. If you are not going to be staying on the campus, you'll just ignore that room and board, and you're coming out right under $25,000. So scholarships, because that is a lot to attend a university. So your application to the university also doubles as a scholarship application. So there's nothing additional that you have to do. You would just apply and then you'll be considered in the range of $2,500 to $18,000. And then we do have those premier scholarships that are also going to be based off of your full holistic review. And so the student life, we have multiple different on-campus opportunities if you want to get involved. And lastly, to apply, you'll just use our Common App or our website. Both of them are free. And just make sure you get those documents turned into us. So that is all about Xavier University. If you want to follow us on social media or ask me any questions, I'll be here to do so.
Thank you so much, Troy. So next up, we have St. Mary's University, San Antonio.
Thank you. Give me 1 second here to share my screen. Thank you all for having us today. My name is Julieta Sanchez. I'm one of the admission counselors here at St. Mary's. Also joining me is my colleague, Monica Chavarria. She's actually going to be here to answer the questions during the chat. In case you have any questions during the presentation that you want to ask, please don't be shy to ask questions, and that goes for us and any other institution here on the call as well. So we are a Catholic and Marianist university. We are actually located in San Antonio, Texas. My button doesn't want to go forward. San Antonio is the 7th largest city in Texas. And actually San Antonio is the most visited city in Texas. Part of the reason is because we're so rich in diversity and there's so many different great ways to get involved around the city. Quickly at a glance, we're a 4-year private Catholic Marianist and liberal arts institution. We are actually the first Catholic university in Texas. Here in San Antonio, we are one of 4. We are the oldest. We were founded in 1852. We are a Hispanic serving institute, so majority of our student body does identify as Hispanic, around 67% of our students. Our undergraduate enrollment sits at about 2,300. Because you all will be pursuing your undergraduate degrees, you're looking at fairly small class sizes regarding to that, which we'll touch in just a bit. We are a Marianist university, so not only are we private and Catholic, but the Marianist mission really shapes the way our students learn the education that they receive here at St. Mary's. At the core of our mission sit our 5 characteristics of Marianist education. And we like to think about it as the 3 H's. So we want to educate your head, your heart, and your hands. We want to make sure that we don't only look interiorly, but we also look exteriorly to see how we can make this world a better place. We build litters for the common good. Quickly, a couple of numbers at St. Mary's. So as mentioned before, we're a smaller institution. So you were going to have smaller class sizes. Our average class size is 16. We have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. 94% of our professors hold their terminal degree, so they've gone as far as they can in their field, a lot of them holding their doctorate degrees in order to make sure that they are equipped and knowledgeable to teach our students. That being said, you will always learn firsthand from your professor in your classes. From your freshman to your senior year, you will not have any graduate assistants or student assistants teaching your classes. As you can see, our student body, majority, 58% of them identify as female and 42% as male, which fun fact, we actually started as an all male institution. So now we see a little bit more of the females are on campus. We do have athletics available at St. Mary's if that's something that you're interested in. We have 11 NCAA division teams. And we recently added our esports collegiate program. So for any of you that are into gaming, you can actually look into gaming in a collegiate way during your college education. And we have athletic scholarships available for those as well. So a couple of things of traditions in student life. We're very big on community service, going back to one of our Marianist characteristics of educating for social justice and peace here in our society, not only locally, but just globally as well. You'll see some of our students here engaging in community service opportunities. Though it is not a requirement to do community service, a lot of our students and even faculty and staff get involved in different community service opportunities. The biggest event that we host on our campus is actually known as Fiesta Oyster Bake. So for those of you that might not know, Fiesta is a huge citywide event here in San Antonio where we pay homage to our heritage. So for us, what that means is we have the honor of hosting the first event of Fiesta for the city, which is known as Fiesta Oyster Bake. And basically the easiest ways to describe that is that it is a huge carnival that takes place here on our college campus. So our college campus completely transforms itself. We welcome over 60,000 people around the city to come and experience a fun time. It's over a weekend. But the best thing about it is not just having fun, but actually all of the funds that come from that event come back to our students and scholarship opportunities. So here you see, of course, the big crowd in one of our music stages. And then we have amazing food during the carnival, such as the chicken on the stick that you also see pictured here as well. But different ways to get involved. So we have 60+ student organizations that are active, anything from faith-based organizations to academic organizations to just extracurricular organizations and self-interests as well. Quickly highlighting some of our popular majors within each of our academic schools. So we have 3 academic schools. The first one being our Grady School of Business. So you'll see some of our popular majors here, such as accounting, management, marketing, finance and risk management. And recently, a lot of our students have shown interest in entrepreneurship and innovation as well. We are AACSB accredited. Only about 4% of business schools around the world have this accreditation. So we're very proud to hold that accreditation since the early 2000s. We have 69% job placement right upon graduation. and a 70% internship placement rate as well for our students. Moving on to our next academic school, we have our College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. These are some of the popular majors. One of the ones that I love to highlight is forensic science. We are actually the only school in San Antonio that has forensic science at the undergraduate level, and we have it available in 3 concentrations: biology, chemistry, and criminology. Here you see some of our psychology students working at SeaWorld, learning and studying animal research behavior with some of the beluga whales there. And with your professor, actually, Dr. Hill is pictured on there. So you definitely have a variety of ways to get involved, not just within the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. For example, also one of our students pictured here, she's doing a study abroad opportunity. So if any of you are interested in studying abroad or learning more about internships and how you can get involved in the classroom, please let us know, and we're happy to share a little bit more about that either today or after today as well. We also have our School of Science, Engineering, and Technology. And for our engineering programs, we are ABET accredited. So very similar to the accreditation for business, but this is specifically for the engineering field. These accreditations, they're worthy to mention just because employers are looking to make sure that you have a credible degree. So whenever you're applying for jobs, they might want to make sure that you have the skills necessary and the knowledge necessary to be job ready once you receive your degree. So for that, we have mechanical engineering. Some of our other engineering degrees include electrical engineering, software engineering. You can find more of those on our website. And then we are very popular when it comes to our pre-medical and our pre-health areas of study as well. We sit at twice the national average rate into acceptance into medical school. About 70% of our students get accepted into medical school. So you definitely are able to partner with different students to get involved during your academic studies here. And you would have a pre-health advisor as well that journeys with you through that. I know I'm running short on time, but I just wanted to remind everybody that our application has been open since August 1st. And we just need 2 things to complete an application for us. It would be our application for admission and your high school transcript. We are a test for university. We're the first test for university in Texas. So that means that we don't require your SAT or ACT test scores at all. Thank you all so much for your attention today. And if you have any questions, we'll stick around in the chat to answer those.
Thank you, Julieta. Next up, we have St. Edward's University.
There we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Anisha Lawrence. I'm one of the admission counselors here at St. Edward's University. We're located in the beautiful city of Austin, Texas. So St. Edward's, by the numbers and how we compare to other universities that you might be considering or even learning about today. So we are a small private Catholic liberal arts institution located in Austin. As you can see, we have a little under 3,000 students in our undergraduate population. So it's definitely small enough that you're going to see a lot of familiar faces on campus, but you won't know every single person throughout your 4 years. Our average class size is 18. So again, that smaller learning environment where your professors want to work directly with you, whether that's teaching your course, but then also inviting you to participate in research with them, helping you get connected in really exciting internship opportunities, and then even just staying in touch with you after when you graduate. Also, you can see we have over 50 different majors and minors to study, and I won't cover all of them during today's presentation, but I definitely encourage you to check out our website to see all the different majors that we offer. I will say it's pretty common for our students to have a major in one area of study and a minor in something else. So if you don't know yet what you want to study, or if you're having a hard time picking and choosing, know that at St. Edward's, you can pursue several different academic programs. As far as the diversity of our student body goes, students come from all over the world to attend St. Edward's, not only from Austin or from Texas, but really throughout the US and even internationally as well. So as you can see, we have students from about 44 different states represented on our country, as well as 57 countries too. And so you will often hear a lot of different languages spoken on campus as well. And we really do encourage our students to study abroad while they're attending St. Edward's. And we do have about 20 different partnerships and with different universities around the world. So if you do want to spend time in another country, we can definitely make that happen. And it doesn't really matter what your major is, but it kind of depends where you want to go, how long you want to be there, and you want that experience to look like. So we really pride ourselves in providing really personalized education for our students. And then also just want to mention, so I said before, we are a Catholic institution. We are founded by the Congregation of Holy Cross. We do offer Mass every day for our students. That is an option, but you do not have to attend if you don't want to. And we do pride ourselves in being a welcome and inclusive place for students of all different faith backgrounds and traditions. So as you can see, we have students coming from about 34% 34 different faith traditions, and about 50 or so percent of our student body are Catholic. And also just want to mention our campus is really beautiful. So even as you can see in this picture behind me, we do have so many different trees in our campus. So we are located about 3 miles south of downtown Austin, but it really feels almost like a park when you're walking around our campus. So it is a really beautiful place with birds chirping and squirrels running around. And oftentimes our students really just enjoy the outside space, and sometimes even our professors will teach courses outside. So I did mention that we are in Austin. I think it's important to consider not only the university that you're attending, but where they're located and what type of opportunities that may be able to provide you. So Austin is kind of known as a live music capital world. And so if you want to go to ACL Music Festival that just happened these past 2 weekends, that's something you can get involved in. Many of our students also get involved in South by Southwest, not only for the music component, but oftentimes there's a tech conference, there's an education conference as well. Twitter was launched during South by Southwest. And what's really cool is this happens during your spring break. And so for you as a student, if you don't want to be around all the different people that are coming to Austin during that time, you're definitely welcome to leave. But many of our students take advantage of the opportunity to network, to connect with leaders from around the world and kind of learn and explore in that way. And then as far as academic programs, so I mentioned we have over 50 different majors and minors to choose from. You can see some of kind of a snapshot of our most popular as well as unique majors. I do want to highlight that as an incoming student, you can pick what you want to major in during that first year, but it's really easy to switch, or like I said before, you can add a minor. Every single incoming student gets paired up with one of our academic success coaches. So they're going to help you figure out your classes as well as kind of create like a 4-year roadmap so that you can make the most of your time in college. If you need additional support academically, they provide that coaching for you as well. So just know that you're going to have not only your success coach, but you're also going to have a faculty advisor, a career coach as well. So several different people on our campus who are going to be working with you throughout your 4 years to make sure that you're going to be successful. Also, we are a liberal arts institution. So in addition to taking classes within your specific major, you'll take classes in public speaking, in art, in history, natural science. You'll take one religious studies class as well. So we think those courses are really important to make sure that our students are well-rounded scholars and able to think across disciplines and work really well with projects and in teams. Also, I want to highlight, I did mention a little bit about our Catholic heritage. I also want to say that we do have a campus ministries office. So if you do want to get involved in a Bible study or finding a church off campus or even going on a religious retreat or talk with students who are from other different faith background traditions, we do have a whole office so you can really get connected in that way. And also our students across the board, regardless of their religious affiliation, are passionate about social justice issues and doing service. So not only thinking about different critical issues that are facing Austin and facing our community, but also taking active approaches. So as you can see, our students do about 70,000 hours of community service each year, and that could be locally or even internationally as well. And also I want to say that we are a residential campus, as we do require students to live on campus for the first 2 years. After then, you're welcome to live in the resident halls, or you can move off campus in a local apartment or get a house with your friends. All the different resident halls are really nice. They've been recently renovated. They all, especially for the freshmen, have communal kitchens. So if you like to cook, there's that space for you as well. You can also do your laundry for free, and other different amenities are within the resident halls. If you want to check out the videos of our resident halls or check out the floor plans too, you can visit that on our website. And just know that our resident halls, especially for first-time freshmen, are either doubles, so it's 2 students in a room sharing a bathroom, or 2 rooms with 4 students each sharing a bathroom. And then real quick, because I know I am running out of time, just want to go through the application process. It is free to apply before December 1st automatically. You don't need like a fee waiver. There are 4 different ways to apply. As you can see, there's applications there right now. And we are test optional. So all you need is the application, your essay, a letter of recommendation, and your high school transcript. And then we automatically consider all students for academic-based scholarships. That's including your acceptance letter. And everyone who fills out the FAFSA will qualify for additional need-based aid. If you have any additional questions after today, please feel free to email me, but then also follow us on social media. And we are open for campus tours as well as different virtual options as well. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Anisha. Next up is Loyola University, New Orleans.
Thank you, Crystal. Again, my name is Ricky Alarcon. I'm with Loyola University, New Orleans. And as I'm kind of setting up my screen here, I am a assistant director of admissions, and I cover the whole state of Texas. I'm located in Dallas, Texas, and we love Texas students, especially our Houston neighbors. We're just down the street, and like my colleague from Xavier, Troy, she gave a great presentation on how the city of New Orleans is, and we want you to find yourself here. We want you to kind of be a part of our city, and the part of our school as well, our philosophy, our DNA is just like these other liberal arts schools. We are a Catholic Jesuit institution. We're founded in 1912, roughly about 3,200 students. We offer about 130 different student organizations, 120-ish academic programs. So you can see we're a very small school. So the students that love my school are students that want that personal, connection with professors, with their colleagues, their cohort. But again, you have opportunities to do great things here at our campus. So this next slide just shows a breakdown of our incoming freshman students. As you see, roughly around 900, almost 1,000 students. The female-male breakdown. We do attract students from different backgrounds and faiths and religion. Just like my colleagues, even though we are a Catholic institution, we do give space for everyone. And so a lot of our students really enjoy giving back and being a part of something big. So that's why you hear a lot about our Jesuit identity. Basically, it's the Latin phrase is cura personalis. We want our students to not only grow, with great knowledge, get a great education, but we want you to grow spiritually. We want you to grow socially and being part of something bigger. So a lot of our students will, do volunteering. We have service learning, study abroad programs. Again, trying to learn about different cultures and different demographics, but as well as being an activist and kind of being socially aware of what's going on and trying to be an agent of change. So you hear the phrase men and women for and with others a lot when you come to our campus. Really quickly, I'm going to talk about our academic programs. So we are divided into 3 different academic schools or departments. The College of Music and Media, so this far right-hand side, that's what we're mostly known for. So students that want to do music, composition, songwriters. If you're the next Taylor Swift, I want you to come here. The next beat maker, producer, songwriter, that we're your school. You also see we have a program called Hip Hop and R&B. We just started that program. So again, a lot of our students that are into content making, we want you here. We also have journalism in that department, filmmaking, theater. So we will definitely give you that space for our students to do those programs. Our number 2 area is probably our business school. We are a port city, very similar to Houston. So commerce, trade, that's very big here. So accounting, management, entrepreneurship. So with those students that like to be the next business makers that are trying to, the next product that's coming out, we want to give you that space as well. 3 is our sciences. We offer biology. We offer marine biology, which is very popular with Texas students. They want to know about that. They'll work with our local habitat and wildlife here in southern Louisiana, reptiles, snakes, alligators. So hopefully you're not afraid of those, but you'll definitely get to learn about the natural habitat. We also have pre-med and nursing. We just started a direct entry to nursing. So if you get admitted to the nursing school or you get admitted to the school, you'll get admitted automatically to the nursing school. 4 is psychology, 5 is criminology. So that's our top 5 areas. But again, just like my other colleagues, we encourage students to double major or add minors. So if you have other passions that you're liking, like if you want to do music, but you want to do English or a foreign language or neuroscience, we highly encourage that. Business, you can do that with a history or philosophy program. So again, we do encourage our students to kind of cross over. Again, that's part of our philosophy. The more knowledge you have, the better steward you become, better citizen when you graduate from here. We do offer an honors program, and we do offer study abroad as well. So again, we want you to get those experiences with the honors program, small class size. You work very closely with professors and you do a lot of research, study abroad, see the world. And we have anything from a week-long program, J-term, winter terms, to semester and year-long programs. And so, New Orleans is your classroom. We want you to not only learn inside our brick walls, but also the city itself creates, a great environment for learning. So really quickly, I kind of want to end it with our admissions. We are test blind, test free, so test scores are not required here at Loyola, which basically means when I review applicants, I look at these following items. I'm going to look at the extracurriculars of the student, a letter of recommendation, an essay, but usually that GPA, the rigor, that's going to be a lot of the evaluation. So not only is that we use that for evaluation for admissions, but also for scholarship. So the higher your GPA, the more active you are, especially if you're in leadership roles, that's going to be beneficial for the student as far as scholarships. And then our deadlines, as you see, we kind of are rolling admissions, but if we're your top 3 or top 2, definitely apply early. Our honors program does have December 1st deadline. So for those students that have those high talented GPA students, we want you to apply early. We do offer great scholarships. We are a private school, so don't let the private school price tag scare you, but we offer great scholarships for honors program, athletics, and a lot of our students do receive additional financial aid. But that's my contact information there, and definitely want you to see you on our campus. I'll answer any questions, but I'll head it back to Crystal for our next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ricky. So next up, we have University of Notre Dame.
Thanks so much, Krista. I'll go ahead and share my screen here. But hi, everyone. My name is Gabriela Flores. I'm an admissions counselor at the University of Notre Dame. Really excited to be here with you. So here at Notre Dame, we are located in South Bend, Indiana. It's about 10 miles away from the state line of Michigan and about 90 miles east of the city of Chicago. We were founded in 1842 by Father Edward Zorn, along with 7 other members of the Congregation of Holy Cross. So we are a Catholic institution, much like my colleagues in the universities on this call. And we were really founded on the idea that this college would be one of the most powerful means for doing good in this country. So what this means is here at Notre Dame, we have a strong emphasis on teaching the whole person. We encourage our students to grow not just through the education of the mind or academically, but through the education of the heart and spirit as well. And this happens in many different ways throughout your time here at Notre Dame, but can be found primarily in 2 areas, and that is our academic process and our community life. So diving right into that academic process, one of the ways that we do this is through providing our students with a liberal arts education. And this means that through our curriculum, our students are challenged to broaden their perspectives. They are allowed to study their passions here at Notre Dame, and they're given the skills that they need and can take with them out into the world to really fulfill that mission of becoming a force for good, as we like to say. So we do have 75-degree programs within our 4 colleges and our 2 schools that you can see there on the screen. And the great thing about us, one of my favorite things about Notre Dame, is the fact that we are a very undergraduate-focused institution. And because of this, there are so many opportunities for our students to explore. In fact, we encourage this here at Notre Dame, and we do provide flexibility in our curriculum specifically to ensure that you will have that time to discern your passions and what it is that you would like to study. In fact, you will not be asked to declare your major until you are a sophomore here at Notre Dame. So our goal truly is to allow you to study anything and everything that you want to here. And this can happen in many different ways, even through our many academic opportunities. So it is very common for students to double major at Notre Dame, pick up minors along the way, participate in research, internships, study abroad, and more. And to really ensure that you are able to explore, navigate the waters, and find success, we do have a lot of great resources and supports for our students on campus. One of those being our advising office. So you will actually work with an advisor here at Notre Dame, and they can ensure that you will be able to partake in everything you want to here, that you know what next step to take, and what your academic journey is going to look like. We also do have our Center for Career Development. They are an incredible resource to our students, really there to ensure that you will be prepared for life after you graduate. So they can help you to write your resume, prepare for interviews, learn about job fair and internship opportunities, and even better understand what jobs will be available to you after you graduate. So a lot of great opportunity in regards to our academic process, but that is just one piece of us. The other piece is our community life. We do have a very vibrant community here at Notre Dame. We are home to 8,800 undergraduate students from all 50 states, including Washington, D.C. and other U.S. territories, as well as from 90 countries around the world. So truly a wide and diverse range of young people to engage with and be in community with here at Notre Dame. But at the heart of our community life is our residence halls. And part of what makes our dorms so unique is the fact that each one actually has their own identity. They have their own slogans, their own mascots, their own colors, even their own signature events that they put on each year. So a lot of great ways to find community ready to welcome you as soon as you set foot, but certainly not the only place where we have community here at Notre Dame. We do have more than 500 clubs and organizations on campus, so you are able to pursue anything you are interested in, all of your passions here at Notre Dame. In addition to this, our faith community is very special as well. So as I mentioned, we are a Catholic institution and we are really proud of that Catholic identity. So there are many ways to engage in the Catholic faith, whether it is through our weekly dorm masses. We actually offer more than 150 opportunities for our students to attend Mass each week, or by stopping at the grotto, which you see on your screen here, to light a candle and say a quick prayer. A lot of great ways to experience the Catholic faith here. However, with that being said, like my colleagues, we are a universal institution, and so you do not have to be Catholic to attend Notre Dame. We have many students here who celebrate other faith traditions or no faith traditions. And the special thing about our faith community is regardless of our students' backgrounds or beliefs, we are always working towards and moving towards those discussions about being a force for good. How can we make positive change in the world? And that is one of the things that I think sets Notre Dame apart. And so I know we've talked a lot about Notre Dame, but I also do want to briefly mention how you get here. So students are able to apply in 3 different ways. You can apply via the Common Application, the Coalition Application, or the QuestBridge application. And the important thing to know about us is we do have a holistic review process. So we will look at your transcripts, your extracurricular activities, your essays, your letters of recommendation, and we are test optional as well for the class of 2022 and the class of 2023. So for those of you juniors and seniors, it is completely your choice whether or not you want to submit those SAT or ACT test scores. But we truly are going to be looking at each of those pieces to learn a little bit more about your story. We do have 2 deadlines by which you can apply as well. So we have our regular decision deadline, which is January 1st, but prior to that, we have our restrictive early action deadline. This is a non-binding process, and this is just under a month away on November 1st. So a lot of great information here, but I do briefly want to talk about that financial fit as well. So here at Notre Dame, we do have a great financial aid program for domestic students, this includes U.S. citizens, permanent residents, DACA, and undocumented students. So for domestic students, we are need blind, and we will work to meet 100% of demonstrated need. This means we will not be taking your family's financial situation into account when we read your application. We are actually one of fewer than 60 schools in the nation that works to meet 100% of need. And this means we will look to see what your family can financially contribute. And then we make that commitment to you to make up the other half. I know I'm almost out of time here, but I do quickly want to mention as well that we also offer limited merit-based scholarships here at Notre Dame. And the great thing about these is there is not a separate application you have to complete at the time of applying. In fact, if you are admitted, we will be considering you for those scholarships. So it is a small number of students who receive them, but again, we will work to meet 100% of demonstrated need. And even here on campus, we have our Office of Student Enrichment to really ensure that you get the most out of your time here. So they can pay for that winter jacket, even the football tickets to our games. So a lot of great support here. We want to be that resource to you. With that, Krista, I know I am about out of time here. Thank you for letting me finish. If you have any other questions, please feel free to look up on our website or reach out to us at admissions@nd.edu. And with that, I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen and turn it over to you, Krista.
Thank you so much, Gabriella. Since we only have about a few minutes left, I did want to go around and ask everyone if you could please turn your camera on and just really quickly go around and just say one thing that you want students to take away from your institution. And if you can go in presentation order and please just in a few sentences.
So one thing that I really want students to take away from the University of St. Thomas is that we're a really vibrant university with a lot of things happening, with a lot of opportunities for any of our students who come to campus. So whether you're a Catholic or not, we have a lot of scholarship opportunities as well. So when academic merit scholarships, Catholic scholarships, organization scholarships, we're going to make sure that it is also an affordable experience for you as well. Thank you.
I would say that I want students to know that we are also test optional, rolling admission. Yes, pricey, but a lot of scholarships, and the community, you won't really find that close knit, like family oriented community like we do have here at Xavier and in New Orleans.
I want to take some time to remind everybody of the 3 H's: your head, your heart, and your hands. It's not just about pursuing an academic excellence, but also recognizing how you're going to be formed during your college careers. And we really believe here at St. Mary's that one degree of change actually makes a trajectory of change in your life. So we want to encourage you to pursue your college education and to know that you're worthy of pursuing your college education. Also reminding you all that you're not alone in the journey. We walk with you, and through our Marianist characteristics, we're able to walk in family together, and you will always have support along the way.
It's beautiful. I would say just really quick about St. Edward's University. We have over 100 different student organizations, and we have a live goat that comes to campus. So just want to say something fun.
Yes, for Loyola, one of our fun facts about our campus is during the wintertime, December, actually during finals week, we bring in these snow machines, or they make snow in front of our front lawn. And so students get to participate in a snow day. And that's one of our fun things, because we know we're like Houston, very hot and humid, so it doesn't really snow. But that's our little fun fact.
Awesome, thanks. I think at Notre Dame, the special thing about us, my favorite thing, is that we are that mission-driven university, and our mission really does permeate into everything here, whether it's your classes, the relationships you make with your peers and your professors. And we do have a one-of-a-kind atmosphere here at Notre Dame. Our students are incredibly passionate, so it's a special place to be.
Thank you all so much for sharing, and thank you to you all for joining us today. Just really quickly, I wanted to mention that there will be a quick survey once you close this window. Feel free to sign up for more sessions that are occurring throughout the day, and a recording of this will be available at strivescan.com/yesprep. Thank you all.